foes on spokes. For the OGs that did a dime, came back around on parole. For the homegirls with the scrap game, little homies that gang bang. From Pelican Bay to YA, rearrange your mind frame. Yeah, I know what you've been through. Shit you had to go get to. Your mama gave birth on the turf. I know them killers you kin to. This for the lost generation. Broke as hell, mad and impatient. But if you know your history, you can't have a strong foundation, baby.
Lifting weights and I was on sport, they start calling me Big Meat.
Sixx Shakur from Eastside, Bloodstone, getting by Six. Also known as Shady Eyes is my good name.
Man, the kid that got to be put on problem, man, nigga, do you.
I created Corner Pocket in my mother's garage.
They call me Tiny Ant for rolling 60, but yet known as Tylo Tiny Ant.
Start hanging out, start messing with the Bloods, and end up turning Bloodstone villain.
You got born and raised on Compton in 56. Tupac's from Baltimore.
No, he's from actually, our family is from Atlanta. We got family in Stone Mountain, Georgia, and South Carolina. They just moved to Baltimore after a situation happened. They moved. He was not originally from Baltimore, though.
When did you meet him as a family member?
Oh, long time ago. When we went to Atlanta, maybe when I was like real little. But at the time, he wasn't Tupac. I mean, he was Tupac, but he wasn't Tupac as people know him. You feel what I'm saying? So, like I said, originally our family is from Georgia, from Stone Mountain. That's where his mother's last residence was at before she moved to Sausalito, was in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Then she had moved to South Carolina, and that's where she had the farm at in South Carolina.
You say you're Muslim. Were you born a Muslim or you converted later as an adult?
No, majority of my family on that side basically is Muslim, but I kind of like converted later on to Islam. There's a lot of people that I know, and it just felt right for me.
You joined the nation or?
Oh, no, I didn't join the nation. No, don't put that, because the nation, they had to help in killing Malcolm. And the bad part about it is, Malcolm's grandson, which is my god brother, he came, once he got out of jail, he came to California. He came and stayed with me and my cousin. His name is Shakur also. And at the time, everybody, oh, Malcolm, you know, they wanted to do photo ops, taking pictures and stuff. But he was asking people to go with him to Mexico for a speech that he was doing in Mexico, but nobody wanted to help and go out there, even though everything was paid for. So he ended up getting killed in Mexico. And we had his funeral up north, but then everybody want to fight on who want to bodyguard his funeral, which didn't even matter by then because he was deceased. But he left a baby girl, my goddaughter. Her name is Malcolm.
That's funny. Someone just told me about him dying in Mexico. What's the story behind that?
Supposedly, it was assassination. Because the thing of it is, when he came out here, when he came to California, now what he told us personally is what a lot of people don't know. He said he did not burn his grandmother. He didn't burn Betty Shabazz. He said by the time he came out the room, he seen a man running out of the house. And he tried to get to his grandmother, and by the time he got to her, she was burned. When he went outside, he said it was nothing but agents and police, and they like, oh, little boy, you know you did this. He was maybe 9, 11, somewhere around there. Little boy, you know you did it. He's like, no. It's a man ran out the house, so he went to jail for that. And see, the thing about it is, Malcolm was Shia. I'm Shia too. Shia and Sunnis don't get along. Like majority of, you don't really hear too much about black Shias, because Sunni and Shias in the Islamic world is considered Bloods and Crips. You feel what I'm saying? That's how they fight. They kill each other like Bloods and Crips, the Sunni and the Shias. So he was a Nation Islam, he was Shia. The majority of, just as well as Tupac, he was Shia Muslim as well, but a lot of people don't know that he had took this Shahada. But the thing about it is, out here in Los Angeles, majority of Muslims is either Nation of Islam, Sunni, or Salaf. It's not too many Shias. It's like one black Shia masjid, and that's in the heart of the Nicholson Gardens right there on Central Avenue and 113th. And it's Masjid Rasul, and it's been there for years.
Shias are the minority in the Muslim world.
Yes,
period.
yes.
Strange. I never met a black Sunni.
You mean a black Shia?
Black Shia.
Yeah, it's quite a few of them. That's why I said Malcolm was black Shia too, and so was Tupac.
But his father converted to Sunni though before he died.
Who?
Big Malcolm.
No, I understand that, but Malcolm got out and he became Shia. So, you know, and like I said, he went to Tehran. He did like, I want to say months of traveling, just speaking on, you know, Islam and different stuff like that.
Oh, he went to Iran. That's why he's Shia. That's because
Yeah.
Shia country.
Yeah.
Like, you know what you was getting when you got her?
No, I had no idea. Shit, I didn't know she was coming.
No, my auntie asked me to come. No, but she had seen, you know. It was funny because we was over to her house and we just kept on hearing, me and my husband or whatever, because he from BSV too, 5'6". And so we kept on hearing these dang Crip videos. We like, why does she keep on playing these dang Crip videos? Who the heck is she listening to, right? And she'd have it blasted. You could just hear it all night, cuz this, cuz that. And then I happened to hear somebody from BSV, I don't know who it was or whatever. And so I got up the next morning and I'm like, Auntie Joyce, who was you listening to? Because all I hear is Crip, and I heard something about the BSVs. And then she said you. And so she didn't know how to get in contact with you. And I was like, well, he probably on Instagram and stuff like that. So I followed you on Instagram. And so that's how we got connected to you. But I was hearing the videos and wondering like, who was that she was listening to?
Well, that was a good thing.
Yeah.
That's like two connects in one. You can be with her and then you come bless us.
So sing us the Kev Mac video theme song. Sing it to us.
Kev Mac video theme song. What's the theme song?
She's too new.
You got a theme song?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me the song. I don't sing, I rap. I don't sing. Well, I just found out about Kev Mac thanks to my auntie. I was trying to add him on Instagram. Oh my God, people get on my nerves because they just constantly be hitting me up. Oh, is he dead? Do you know how many people that I know that's actually gangbanging, that's actually really got killed? I mean, he is a human being. He dead.
We got an interview with Sixx Shakur next.
God, not Monster Cody. Not Monster Cody. The funny part about it, you said him, and Pac's sister had called me on, like, I think the day after his anniversary, and we was talking about Shakur. He was like, oh yeah, well, you know, originally Mustard Cody was the kills of the first Shakur. So I was like, but I ain't seen Mustard Cody in a long time. But we were just talking about him.
Well, we just interviewed him.
Okay.
He probably, I don't know, your interview might drop before Monsters. Because, you know, we need more Damus on our platform. Like you say, y'all heard.
Yeah, we do.
Crick.
Yeah, we do need more Damus. I'm like, shh.
Were you aware or familiar with Tupac and Monster's brief relationship?
No. I didn't even know nothing about. I heard about him and Monster Cody. Like the thing of it is, it's a lot of the revolutionary comrades and stuff like start linking up with Monster Cody and stuff like that. But as far as their relationship, I didn't know too much about it or whatever. That's why I said his sister had called me. Was like, oh, you know, Monster Cody, you know, or whatever. He had the kids. And I'm like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? So.
Is that the only sibling he had?
He has Sixx Shakur is his sister, the only one that's with his mother. But they have different fathers. Mutulu Shakur is actually her father. And then Mopreme Shakur is his stepbrother, Mutulu's son. But it's not a Feeney son.
Okay. I
think she's official.
You think
She's
so?
working on the whole damn
I got
thing.
pictures and
She
stuff, but I don't got the
everything.
movie. That's why I said I would have known. I would have brought it and stuff.
This what you do. Just send them to her.
Okay.
Or go on her Instagram and send it to me.
Okay.
So the family comes from Atlanta,
Yeah.
Georgia, and you guys just go down there for like family functions.
Family, like we went like different like for holidays. Some family members celebrated Christmas and stuff, so we would go out there. Like the last time I went to Atlanta was when we was doing the Better Days album. My cousin William Lassane, Billy Bang, he used to be with Tupac all the time. He called me to come out there and help them work with the Better Days album. So that was like the last time that I was out there. They've been trying to get me back out there. And I haven't been back yet because I've been traveling back and forth to different areas and stuff.
So what is it? Your father and Tupac's father are brothers? Is that what it is?
No, actually, my father's auntie and Tupac's auntie is sisters. So we were second cousins, however, you know, yeah.
Second and third cousin.
Yeah.
I think second.
Yeah, so like I said, we used to go to Atlanta when we was younger. Then, like I said, some of our family members, like his dad, Matula Shakur, was his stepfather. He was out here in Los Angeles for a while, like during the Black Panther Party. And then our auntie, well, she's our auntie, but she's not our like biological auntie, Asada Shakur. She's over in Cuba still, and they trying to get her back over there. We just had talked to her recently.
Look, when you talked about Tupac messing with the Four Deuces, do you remember him messing with the Inglewood Village Crips?
That's what Big Psych from. Briefly, cause like it was funny because I had talked to Big Psych. We used to talk all the time, but then I had talked to him, and we was talking about doing a new song for the soundtrack for the To Live and Die in LA documentary that I'm going to doing, because I got a lot of different artists already that was signed up for to do it. But the people that I had doing it, they were shady with the contracts and stuff.
Do you know Daz baby mama Kenny?
No, I know Daz though, because he tried to talk to me. I know Daz. Yes, I know Daz, but I don't know her. But you know, Daz was the one. The funny part about it is, what a lot of people don't know is, Dr. Dre didn't produce but one song on All Eyes on Me. Daz produced all the rest of the stuff. And so if you know now, at first Daz didn't have no money, but if you see now, he's getting all the royalties. But see, that's the thing. She didn't know that certain people had stuff that Pac left for them personally that was not to touch for the state.
So wait a minute, Daz is getting back.
Oh yeah, he's getting royalties. Anytime Pac's up play, he's getting royalties for it.
So there was actual paperwork when he produced those songs then. He actually had his name on some of the paperwork.
That I don't know personally, because I didn't see the paperwork, but I know that he produced all the tracks.
You don't think he mastered the end product and took Daz's stuff and tweaked it?
No, the thing of it is Suge is the one that made it look like that Dr. Dre was the producer, because everybody knew Dr. Dre as a producer. Nobody knew Daz as a producer. They only knew Daz as an artist. You feel what I'm saying? So it was Suge. It wasn't had nothing to do with Daz. It was Suge that put it out there like it was Dr. Dre that had produced all this stuff when he really didn't.
You don't like Dr. Dre, do you?
I didn't say I didn't like him. Hey, I just know he didn't produce them tracks like they try to run around saying. Like I said, the California Love is the only thing that I know that he produced. Everything else, Daz Dillinger produced it. And that's why he getting royalties right now. Now, you know, he got that money now because he came a long ways. He had to sue, but he did it.
Do you talk to Suge?
The funny part about it is the last time I talked to Suge was when the feds was raiding his office or whatever. I forgot what year it was, and it was a whole bunch of phone. They probably got it because it was a whole bunch of phone calls with me or whatever, talking to him at the time when the feds had came and raided the office. That was like the last time that I had talked to him. I'm shit, but I'm black and I'm from the hood, okay? So I follow my Islam, I know my deen, I know how to write Arabic and speak it. I was teaching it at the masjid to the sisters that didn't know how. But don't get it twisted. Don't let the Muslim fool you, because I'm still from BSB as well. Don't get it twisted. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, what made you pick Shia? You know you're not allowed to go to Mecca, right?
Who said that? I am allowed to go to Mecca.
Can you?
Yeah, we can go to Mecca.
You sure?
I'm positive. They may try to kill me, but hey, I can go to Mecca. Yeah, they may try to kill me, but yeah. No, you know what? The funny part about it is it wasn't what made me become Shia. I just when I took my Shahada, the first thing they gave my Shahada was Shia. You feel what I'm saying? And the masjid, like the masjid I'm talking about is like a Mecca, because a lot of people, like dudes from prison, get out of prison and go to that masjid. And like I said, it's the only black Shia masjid that's in the hood. In Nickerson Gardens, a lot of the bounty hunters and stuff, they deal with the Sheikh over there, Sheikh Mujahid and stuff like that, and even the grape streets and stuff.
Like you see these little watch top,
yeah, that's the community what we were doing in Watts. Like we feed the people, the homeless, and like I said, I do a backpack drive every year where I get backpacks for the children in the hood that needed backpacks and school supplies and stuff. I was trying to get other artists and stuff to help, like some artists like Gonzo helped out. But some artists was like, oh, I gotta use nigga, we don't want to use backpacks. If y'all got money, y'all better buy some backpacks. So we use my backpacks ourselves. You feel me? Y'all got money, you talking about, we got a couple of backpacks at your house? No. You better break bread.
This is your Tupac tattoo?
Yeah.
You said, you know, you knew Nipsey before he was famous through Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Then you threw some other names in there.
Okay. I knew Nipsey before he was famous, like really out there through Spider-Loc. He used to be in the studio. We used to go to the studio up in Hollywood, and they did a song called Get High, but also he used to be on the block with the homeboy Big Bunky. Actually, Big Bunky is an OG from 60s. And there's a couple of other cats from 60s that we used to be with, but I forgot their names. It's been so long ago, but they know me.
And you used to come on the block, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because we used to get from them. Look, we used to buy that's what I said. That's who at the time, that's where I was getting my supply to take to the studio for Death Row and Wu-Tang Clan. I was getting it from the 6 O's at the time. Me and my homegirl, I don't know if you heard her name Kilolo. She used to rap too. So I was getting it from them.
And then you was from BSB?
Yeah. And I was from BSB. I'm a girl. They wasn't tripping. I didn't bring none of my homeboys over there. My homegirl, Hope, her baby daddy, she from the 60s. And me and her was cool. She was the one that actually introduced me to Eazy-E. And that's how we all started hanging out with Bone Thugs and Harmony when they had just came, and then Crazy Bone wife at the time, Calandra or whatever, we started hanging out with her, and then it'd be like all of the wives or the girlfriends and stuff. We used to all hang out, and we used to go, like a lot of people would call me over to come listen to their songs before they put it out. So I heard Crazy Bone album before he even put it out. After Bone Thugs and Harmony, I heard Busy Bone album before he even put it out and stuff like that. So
wait a minute, rewind. You're hanging with two oppositions, Eazy-E's camp and Death Row. How do you explain that?
Because it was just the people that I met, because at the time I was staying over in, I want to say it was neighborhood, because I stayed on Van Ness and like 104th. So that's how me and Hope, me and her daughter and my daughter went to school together. And they was walking home, and my daughter was like, "Oh, that's my best friend." And so I gave her a ride, and we started talking and stuff. And she's like, "Yeah, I know Eric and stuff." And so from then on, me and her became good friends and clicked. And then when Calandra and Crazy Boy and them came down here, we started clicking with them. What if they was at the Chateau Marymount, we was over there with them. They moved to Canoga Park, we used to go out to Canoga Park. We used to go to the birthday parties and all that stuff. You know, so that's how I was. But they knew I was going back and forth with Death Row. That's why at the time we was doing this, we were supposed to do this like female rap group called the Thug Misses, and it was me, Sixx, SV, China, and Dee Dee, and another homegirl named Nightmare. This before a girl Kaya came with the Thug Misses. We the original Thug Misses for Tupac. You feel what I'm saying? When he was talking about Thug Misses, that was supposed to be a rap group, a clique. So they be like, "Oh no, Sixx, you know you can't be messing with Easy and them, and y'all you mess with Death Row." But everybody, well, I was cool with it, both of them. You feel what I'm saying? So it wasn't like I was going back and saying stuff, but we would like I would hang with Crazy Bone. Crazy Bone was cool. You feel what I'm saying? His daughter Destiny and my son James, they were good friends, and their birthday parties and stuff, we would go and stuff like that. And Death Row, Tupac, I just happened to be with Death Row because of my family was side of Death Row. So I was like, you know, really I was working on Death Row though, doing the studio stuff. But with Easy and Crazy Money, we was hanging out and going to parties and different stuff like that and doing family stuff.
So look, during this whole little rap journey, industry journey that you was going through, were you still socializing with the BSBs?
Of course. Of course. I'm still socializing with them.
One question I had was, all these different gangs work for Death Row. Was it any set tripping?
It was set tripping, cause the funny part about it is like, the little house studio happened to be in Swan Hood, deep in Swan Hood, right? And so it would be like the low-life gangsters, the badass, and different, the LBC crew, they used to come cuz, this and that, whatever. Now, everybody else that owned the studio, they were bloods, but they wasn't tripping. But if they homeboys came through, it was a problem, and they had to kind of like try to squash it because of the Suge. I don't know if you know the guy, what's his name, DeAndre Bounds? He played, he played in a lot of different movies. He was in Snowfall recently. He used to come over there. Gonzo was a Crip or whatever, but Gonzo never had no problems or whatever with none of the guys. But it was just like Snoop Dogg, Lil Camp was the one that was like they had the problems. The Swans really didn't want to really mess with them because they would be in the hood, they'd be in the studio, so they because this and stuff like that.
Who was the studio in Swan Hood? Where was this at?
It was right on 76. I'll tell you, it's a legendary studio though. It was right on 76 and 76 and Central. It's called the Cannabis Tea. I'm telling you, BMF. You heard of Blue Da Vinci?
Is that the old court building?
No. It was like, okay, let me tell you, the guys, S-Dog and Stump, they father owned the property. So on this property, he had this big old the house. He just converted it, knocked everything out, and made the studio for them. They were from the hood, but they were kind of like rich kids. You feel what I'm saying? So they was into music, so their father just made them a whole studio. And some type of way or whatever, I don't know how they got hooked up with Death Row and all the different artists, but everybody that wasn't like big time that had budgets was going to the Cannabis Tea at the time. And like I said, it was Blue Da Vinci, which I didn't know he was Crip because he wasn't claiming Crip then. But when he went over to Atlanta with the BMFs, he was claiming Crip. I didn't know he was Crip. You feel what I'm saying? Gonzo, I've been knowing Gonzo for a long time since he was with Caution. That's still my homeboy. He would be over there, and like I told you, DeAndre Bounds, and then the Low Life Gangsters with Snoop Dogg and them clique. Snoop Dogg and them didn't record there, only like badass and people like that, people that was the under budget. But their studio was cool, like I said, the guys, they made beats too. You feel what I'm saying? So they studio, it was a legendary studio. It just was in the hood. It was in smack dead in Swan hood.
How long did that studio last?
Ooh, for some years. I want to say because they was still the homeboy Kato from Swan. He from A4. He ended up making it over by his house on 84th. And first it was on 76. Then Kato put it over by his house on 84th at his mom's house. And I want to say it was there till like maybe 2007, 2008.
Damn.
Yeah, it was there for a while.
Did you ever meet Keita Rock?
Keita Rock one time.
Was he working for Death Row then?
I don't know if he was working for Death Row. I know he came over there with a couple of other cats that was from Death Row, but I don't know if he was working with them at the time.
Corrupt.
Corrupt, I don't know where Corrupt was at. He was, at that time though, I take that back. He was messing with Foxy Brown back then. So he was back and forth. We used to see her or whatever. Back then, he was messing with Foxy Brown. So he wouldn't really, like, he would be there, but not that much. The majority of people that would be around at the Wilshire house would just be, like I said, Snoop Dogg and Warren G and the twins and Daz.
When you say the Wilshire house, where exactly?
It's on Wilshire, right off the 405 freeway. Like, it's not too far. The funny part about it is because of the fact that the Wilshire house is not too far from where Biggie got killed. So a lot of people, when they say the way that the person was coming in that car, they was coming away from the Wilshire house. For real, the way that he was coming, because it's not too far from where the Biggie got killed.
Is it an actual house or one of those?
No, it's a penthouse. It's an apartment like, but it's penthouses.
Oh, it's like in Westwood area.
Yeah, it's Westwood. That's what it is. Cause like it's off the 405. Like if you get off the 405 on Wilshire and you make that, it's like a little bit down, and then it's right there on the left hand side of you coming from the other way. It'd be the right hand side.
Like the apartments with like towers.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and they were like penthouses.
Well, who controls Tupac's estate now since the mom's dead?
Gloria Cox. Castro is also our cousin from the Outlaws. I don't know if you know him. He haven't been in the scene for a while, but his mother is the one that controls the estate.
And that's blood relations?
Yeah, she's blood relations. And then Sexual got all the rest of the money, of course.
Who?
Set. His sister. Her name is Sexual, but everybody call her Set. But a lot of people don't know about her because she's not really out there, and like she's not really, like open. Like she's always been like a family member that kind of like, she didn't really want a lot of people to know who she was because of the fact that her dad was on the FBI most wanted list. So she kind of like, people don't know because we back, I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, I know he had a sister. Yeah, he got a sister.
Were you consulted for the Tupac movie?
No, but the Tupac movie, my auntie didn't approve it. The Finney didn't approve that. Okay, I want to give a shout out, rest in peace, to my homegirl Trina, aka Queenie, my homegirl G Nettie Blood, like she say, my homegirl Latoya, my little brother Six Bone, and the homeboy Dale Bonnie, the aka Baby Deuce, also my relative Lil Man, and also Do Dirty, and any other rest of the homies that I forgot. Love y'all. Been in love.